Hello. I just want to share something that I have experienced recently, and it's all about waiting or God's timing. So, over the last year, me and my husband have had our house up for sale, and it has been, I would say, a roller coaster, but roller coasters have ups and downs. And to me, it has felt like more downs than any kind of ups, really, because it's a wonderful house. Has gotten a lot of interest, far as like people wanting to come and view it, but no serious offers. And I felt like maybe people feel that it was overpriced, but nobody attempted to put in a lower offer. There were just no offers. Like any feedback that we received was always something that we really couldn't do much about. They don't like how close it is to the road. They don't like the area. They don't like the yard. They don't like how close it is to the neighbors. Even though it's almost 2 acres of land, it is a large property. We have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, around 26 to 2,700 square feet, a completely finished basement, walkout basement, large bedrooms, 3 full baths. Very nice property. It could be used for a large family or even a business, maybe an Airbnb or a group home or something like that. Anyhow, it's a really nice property. It is an older home. It was built in 1959, and it was completely refinished, redone. The top floor was added on, and the basement used to be a garage, but was converted into just a full enclosed space, living space, and things have been done to it. So when we bought it, it was just like brand new, to the point that the movers asked, "Is this a new build?" So even though it's an older home, it has really great bones because it is an older brick home. And so it has really great bones, but it also has great updates. So just to give you just a little bit of understanding about what we're dealing with here. So over this past year, like I said, there's been a lot of interest in the house, but not a lot of, well, I say interest, there's been a lot of viewing of the house, but no serious interest, no serious offers on the house. And so our whole reason for putting the house up for sale is because the house was already kind of pricey. The monthly payments were already kind of expensive. But last year, this time, our escrow increased by $465. So that gave us the shock of our lives. And so we decided, you know what? Forget this. We're just going to sell the house. We're going to move, get something more affordable. When we first bought the house, our adult daughter was living with us, and it seemed like a great idea because it had the finished basement and she could have her own little space down there. But she's since moved out. I also, had the idea that, if my parents had to move in or something like that, they could use the basement. But that doesn't seem like something that's, does not seem like something that is a necessity at this time. But what is a necessity is to live affordably. So the fact that our mortgage payment increased by $465, and it was already quite significant of a payment, we just decided we'll just sell the house. We'll find something more affordable. So that's, we put the house up for sale by owner. And we did that like in August. And we handled it on our own for a while until January, when this really nice realtor reached out and stated that he would put the house on the MLS for us for free. So we allowed him to do that, and it was advantageous for us for him to do that. So anyhow, 3 months go by, still the same thing. People coming to see the house, but no one's putting in any offers. So after March ended, we decided, okay, let's kick this thing up another notch and actually hire the realtor, as opposed to him only having our house on the MLS. So we decided to do that. He came, put his sign out in the yard. He had a Matterport done. Supposedly, I've never seen the Matterport, but supposedly there was a Matterport done. And so still same thing. So the contract with the realtor ended July 6th at midnight. So I had already decided probably a month prior to that once the contract was up, we would not continue to utilize his services. So I let him know, pull the house off of, take down any posting you have of the house. We're done. That's it. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. That has been like a weight lifted off of me, that we are no longer selling our house. The house is no longer up for sale. What we have come to realize is that, even though the house is incredibly expensive, the payment is incredibly expensive, God has paid it every month. God has made the payment on this home, as well as all our other bills, every single month, like clockwork. Our house is set up on automatic draft, as well as our utilities. Anything I can set up on automatic draft is set up on automatic draft, because I have a tendency to forget things. And so that's just how it's set up. So even when people were complaining back in the winter about how expensive their Duke Energy bills were, I didn't even know how much ours was. I really didn't. I just know it comes out. And that's all. I just know it comes out. Like sometimes I would look at it because people were complaining, like, I better go look at my bill, and it wouldn't be that much. But we do have mini splits. And if you don't know what that is, it's like that thing right there. So that's instead of like a central heat and air, we have mini splits. I know a lot of people don't like that. That could have been another issue why people didn't want to buy the house, because they're not familiar with it. But I really like it. Anyway, this ain't an endorsement for that, but I'm just saying that what my point is that we were trying to sell our house because of the price. But God, and I was upset with God. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm just gonna be all the way honest, that I was upset with God, because I felt like, God, deliver us from this house. Like, I was seeing other houses in the area going up for sale and selling, and it's like, come on, God, like, can we sell ours? But I have come to realize that I should be grateful that our house did not sell, because God has a plan. When we were in the process of purchasing this house, we prayed every day, every single day. Our prayer was, God, if it's not for us, let it just fall through. Let something in the process just fall through, and we not be able to purchase this house if it's not for us. But Lord, if it is for us, let it go through. And I'm going to tell you, we knew at that time that payment was kind of high. But I just felt in my spirit that when we moved, that we would thrive and we would prosper. That's what was in my spirit. It just was in my spirit so heavy. When we move, we will thrive and we will prosper. And so I was holding on to faith at that time that, you know what, we're going to be thriving and prospering. So we're not going to worry about what it looks like. If God brought us to it, he's going to bring us through it. So we prayed, the entire time, and it went through, closed on the house October 6th, 2023. And so you may remember from a previous video, not long after that, in January of 2024, my husband became unemployed for 4 months. But guess what? God kept us then, and he's been keeping us now, even since August. I think the first payment with the escrow going up was September. So since September of 2025, with the increased escrow, God has still been keeping us. Do you hear me? And it's not that we do anything so great. I don't have a side hustle. Derek don't have a side hustle. We go to our regular jobs, and we tithe. We don't even coupon. I'm gonna tell you the truth. We don't even coupon. But God has kept us, and he has sustained us. And I dare not sit here mad at God because my house won't sell when God is paying for the house. Do you hear me? How silly can you be? You want to be mad at God because you came up with an idea of how to solve your problem. But was that God's idea? Was it God's idea? So then you start praying about it. You say, God, I want this thing that you came up with as your idea, right? I want this thing. And it don't come to pass, and you got the audacity to be mad at God because your idea did not come to pass. You can come up with all the ideas in the world, make all the plans in the world, but God directs your path. He directs your steps. So be grateful when you are praying for something and it doesn't go through. Be grateful. I'm grateful. So now at this point, I'm just like, thank you, Lord, for this home. I love this home, to be very honest. I do. I will say that the yard is a little bit sloped, and we need to do some grading to the yard a little bit so that we can live the lifestyle that we desire on the land. So that basically bringing a horse back onto the land, having a dog on the land, because it's so sloped, it's kind of hard to even put like a fence up or whatever. But God's going to do that too. God's going to provide that. Just like he's provided everything else. So I have to take a step back and stop being upset with God for not answering my prayer for the idea I came up with. God don't have to endorse my idea. He don't have to endorse my idea. At the end of the day, I'm here to do his will, not the other way around. We get it mixed up sometimes, like, oh, God's supposed to fulfill all of our desires. No, we're supposed to be pursuing the things of God and attempting to do the things that he desires for us to do, not the other way around. So be encouraged. If you are praying for something to come to pass and it hasn't yet, ask yourself or ask God, God, is this your idea or mine?